Hi, I'm JQ.
I'm TQ.
We're the Q Brothers, and
This is Small Flower TV.
Probiotico.
Yeah, probiotics. Let's talk about it.
So I think a lot of people have this like in their heads. It's relegated to just like I was on antibiotics and now I'm off, and I want to replenish the good stuff because the antibiotics kills the bad bacteria and the good bacteria, and that is true. And that's important to do.
Yeah. If you've been on antibiotics, you're about to go on antibiotics.
You want a high dose, yeah.
Yeah, for yourself, please do it. For your kids.
But I think that's an oversimplified, maybe, of all the benefits of probiotics.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
I mean, I think that it runs the gamut. I think people forget that all health for everything is the guts. It starts in the gut, and so anything that's going wrong, whether it's itchiness of your scalp or it's fungus in your toes, I think personally it all
Based on
starts
all
with,
your years of research.
yeah, based on all the issues I've had.
No, I know.
And I've never,
I know. I think it's You Like Radio Lab, the podcast. So I don't mean to get off on too far of a tangent.
Oh, God.
But did you hear that?
Yeah,
the gut one, where basically by modulating a certain bacteria inside the animal's digestive system, they created like super happy mice or whatever who were like agreeable to everything and felt really good all the time and never got.
They were like, cheese?
Yeah.
Yes!
Yeah.
No
Yeah.
cheese? Yes!
Yeah. Like, you want me to run on a wheel? Sounds awesome. You know, it was really crazy. And it's true.
Probiotics make you happy.
Yeah, well, it's important
When
to
your
have.
gut's happy, you're happy.
Yeah,
Basically,
exactly.
they just realized too. There was a study that suggests, and I don't remember. I heard it on NPR, but that suggests there are more pathways from the gut to the brain than from the brain to the gut. Which is, the implication of that is insane, right?
Yeah.
Like that means your gut's telling your brain to be happy.
No, I
not
mean
the
that's
opposite.
exactly. People are saying like, this is where you think the brain controls you. Your gut controls you.
Yeah.
So and so we were talking about like, if you look at it that way, you don't want to wait until you have antibiotics to wipe things out to make sure that you have a proper balance of good bacteria.
Preventatively, yeah.
Yeah, and one way to do that is to consider taking a probiotic as part of a regular supplementation, a periodic supplementation, whatever works for you. We're not here to say one way you have to do it. I personally take them every day.
I take them every day. I probably take a break a couple times a year, for a month or something, or whatever. But, there are various kinds. Like, you'll see some that, like, are like, we have 12 strains. Mm-hmm. We have 7 million billion bacteria.
In the old days, people only knew acidophilus. So people still come and say, can I have acidophilus? Which is one beneficial strain. But now you find more and more.
A lot of people asking for high bifido and all that.
Yeah. There's different strains of bacteria, so each one will have a different.
Like, for instance, this one, the one I've been taking lately,
that's one
has ones that I've never seen in any other.
I think they're starting to be more popular.
Yeah.
But the idea with this one is called Symbion, and I think that the main one that is hard to find anywhere is the Enterococcus faecium, which is I haven't seen in too many.
I haven't seen.
The other ones I found in other ones. This is 3 strains, but the idea was this was developed out of the people who looked at. These researchers basically found that many people who have autoimmune issues, lupus, allergies, multiple sclerosis, things like that. Celiac, there's a huge list of issues that they all tended to display small intestinal bacterial overgrowth. So while we're not saying that changing that is going to get rid of those things, the idea, you can't say a causation, it's not they had those things, but the idea is saying, that you share these. I have allergies, seasonal allergies, that was why I started taking it, and food allergies, and I read these things, and last year was my best year of allergies I've ever had in my life.
Which is funny because last year was everyone else's worst.
Exactly, was people were coming in like, tears.
I've never had allergies in my life.
Yeah.
What happened?
And I had the best I've ever had, and that was the first year I've been on that the whole time. So that's one issue, but I think the idea is there's a lot of things. So a lot of people, like, this is Metagenics, this is a powder-based one, so you can mix it in a drink. the Symbiont is very specific and is something that we can, we'll link to more information on it below. But it's
if you're someone also who gets either yeast infections or fungus in toe fungus, athlete's foot, jock itch on a regular basis, that's probably a clue that you have a bacterial imbalance in the body or some sort of mild candida, some sort.
That would be a perfect situation to say, because I think the most important thing is not talking about each of the specific probiotics, but it's to say, hey, if you're suffering from something again and again, and you're just like, oh, use the cream on my feet, or use this, and it keeps coming back, start questioning whether something else, that's not a normal way for a human to be. No, that's not a healthy state.
And your body's trying to tell you something.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, that's a gift it's giving you, saying like, hey, there's something wrong here. Check this out. I'm gonna give you this little one so that nothing worse happens. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Or like, here, hey, warning signal. Exactly, yeah. We're raising up a flag. Something's not right at a deeper level.
And so one of the things we actually missed is that also just digestion itself. I mean, a lot of people are on antacids and all these things, and the good flora in the gut, in the stomach, when food first enters the stomach, is actually the gastric juices are made from probiotics, a lot of them. So you need that to break down food and not be gaseous and not be acid, and that leads to so many other things. The other thing is we get a lot of people coming in now, the Western doctors, like regular run-of-the-mill Western doctors, sending moms in for kids to take it for eczema.
Yeah.
Now they're like, I don't even know why he said this, and I don't even know if they know why they're doing it, but they've just seen that it's helping.
Yeah.
And so, and one of the things that we've noticed, and from reading books by Brenda Watson, is that if you have a mild food allergy, let's say I have an allergy to some food that doesn't give me hives, that doesn't make me swell up and I need to go to the hospital, but it's mild.
Yeah, irritation.
So the lining of the stomach can get compromised over time by continuing to put that food in. And what happens is it becomes porous. And there are certain parts of the body where the guts are very close to the bloodstream. Mm-hmm. And when that becomes porous, food gets into the bloodstream. And your body treats that as an antigen. It is like, this is not supposed to have food in my blood, Like,
and foreign part. Yeah.
So then a lot of people think that's where majority of psoriasis, eczema, or at least one of the ways you can get it, because they can't really explain it.
I mean, that's the thing. If you have a skin issue and you're just taking cortisone and steroids, not sustainable. I mean, good luck to you. I feel bad because I know it's bad. Believe me, no one knows about skin issues worse than we do, especially him. So it's a pain in the you-know-what. But if you're just treating with steroids, you're on a path to complete unsustainability, thinning your skin, all kinds of issues. So you've got to be looking at, like, even if you have to do something in the short term, then I think you need to look and say, what am I doing to make a change in the long term that's going to lead to better health? And we are suggesting that one of the ways you can do is look to gut health. And one of the easiest and most sensible ways to do that is to start with a healthy bacteria environment in the gut. Yeah. Obviously, lifestyle changes. If you're gluten intolerant, if you're lactose intolerant, if you have issues with any of these things, then you need to address that in a lifestyle way as well. These are not magic pills that are going to cure everything, but you do want to start with a healthy environment and then test out all the various lifestyle choices you can make around eating.
One at a time, so you can figure out.
Yeah, usually you'd say, I wonder if it's gluten. Let me try a couple of weeks without gluten, see how I feel. Does bloating go down? Do I get less indigestion? Etc. And you're going to have to listen to your body and pay attention outside the context of jamming symptoms down, which is the cortisone method, the antacid method, is to say, something's causing me problems. Let me take a hammer and shove that down and back in that hole. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it was like suppression. So like, if that's a symptom of something and you suppress it, it's just going to come out somewhere else eventually anyway. Yeah. So you might as well get to the root of it. And it takes a little longer, but we think it's worth it.
Yeah. So we have lots of probiotics. It's just a small sampling. But if you're not taking one, I would consider adding it. I think of it as
They come out with new ones. New Chef has these new ones that are for immune support, that are specially for acid reflux, that kind of stuff.
I just was reading before we started this about the importance. That's the thing. It doesn't have to be digestive or skin issues. If you're getting sick constantly, infections, sinus issues, they just talked about the whole immune system is run by your gut environment. That's like not even really debated anymore. They know if you have a compromised gut, your immune system is like limping along. It's not functioning well. So consider that.
Boost it.
Here's to your health. All right. Peace.